What's up, everybody? In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to take a normal spoke tire, which traditionally has an inner tube. We're going to seal all these. This way, you can run no inner tube and it's just a normal tire. I've already done this to the front tire. It's been, I don't know, maybe 5-6 months, and I've had no issues with it leaking air. So I feel comfortable enough sharing with you how I'm going to do it. Now, I took this wheel off a while back, and I started to clean it up and paint it. If you want to see how I got to this step, there's a few videos of that, but let's go inside and take care of this for now. Now, when I had first thought about doing this on the front wheel of my motorcycle, I had a lot of trouble finding information both on Google and YouTube how to go about it. I found that the lowrider scene with their Dayton wheels, they do it more often than people on motorcycles. I'm not too sure why, but I figured I'll show you on a motorcycle wheel. This way somebody out there can see it, and if it helps one person, I'll be happy with it. Make sure that this section here where you're going to put the sealant is clean. If you want to see how I did that, again, I made a whole video about it, so go over, check out. Now the product I'm going to be using is this Quad Max. It's super strong, but it doesn't get hard. So you want to use a siliconized based product, just because if air leaks out, water can get in. So you don't want to use anything that will crack or break. So this stuff stretches fairly decent. I've used it on home products before, or home projects, but this is now the second time I'm using it on a motorcycle wheel. Definitely recommend it. First thing I like to do is just put a small amount on each spoke. Now, I'm not saying go around and put this on every spoke, maybe do 5 or 6 of them, and then start to work from there. I always wear gloves when I'm doing stuff like this because I want to push it in to each little, as far into that crevice as you can. I can't stress enough how much of clean this has to be, because you don't want to do this if it's all rusty and dusty. If you go back to my one video, you'll see this rim was pretty bad, and I show all the ways I use to clean it up to get it to this point. Alright, keep on that and put the bottom on it. Alright, I'm going to slow down now that I'm here. So this is where the valve stem comes in. I'm going to leave a gap, draw with this, just about there, because I'll be putting a tubeless valve stem in, and you don't want to try to work the valve stem around this gunk. So just leave the gap. If you want to put the valve stem in later, and then you could seal around it if you like, but that's not really necessary. The main goal is just to get all the stems completely airtight. Alright, so that's about it. Now you can still see like where the spokes are. That's fine. I like to do thin layers. I'll do one thin one here and then another thin one on top. just to make one solid layer. But don't go too much because it's just going to affect how much you can get into the creases. You need to push it in. This way all the gaps are full. There's no area for any air to leak out or water to come in. So now that that's like that, we're just going to let it sit for a while. Thank yous all for watching. This is just me trying to work on my bike and grow my YouTube page. Please hit the like button and subscribe. If you're that one person who I helped, maybe leave a comment, say thanks or something.